Hey everyone, quick update on Luna because we had such a cataclysmic crash yesterday, and we covered this last week, but we had a 70% drop in a matter of days, which pretty much mirrored what we got back in May of last year, but I would argue worse because at one point yesterday we were actually down 53, 56% on the day, so someone was clearly dumping and knew that altcoins were not the place to be holding your cash. And I told you over here, right, I hope that you managed to grasp exactly what I told you, that you shouldn't be long here. I wouldn't be long here. And that the next levels to look out for were going to be this order block over here, okay, at $60. But I didn't say you should buy straight into it. I said we want to see how it reacts, because if we were managing to see some support here, then maybe we could look to potentially continue some sort of uptrend and move on to higher highs. But you can see that we basically fell straight apart, and this is what altcoins do when Bitcoin is looking really, really poor. So could this be some sort of potential low? Potentially, and the only reason that I say that really is that these massive volume candles that we get on capitulations, okay? And this, make no mistake about it, is a capitulation. If you want to know what March 2020 felt like across the entire asset class, this is what happened to literally everything, okay? In one day, it was pretty spectacular. But again, you can see here that volumes mark out key bottoms and key oftentimes key tops as well. But current price levels is, I'd be looking out for, nothing's really changed, that I said that if we break this, no doubt about it, okay, we break that 46 level, these lows are not going to hold because these are likely just too weak. We're pretty much clinging on to $23, but you can see that the real order block and the real level that we haven't actually officially tested yet is actually this level here at about $20. So that's why I really mark that out, and I hope that I managed to save some of you a little bit of cash when you are up here, to make you aware of that. And if you didn't, at least take it as a lesson learned. I don't personally own any Luna, and I said that my first area of entry would be somewhere around here at about $20, especially given such a massive drop. But if we were to maybe start to see how this forms, this might just end up being some kind of bear flag if we don't move back to the upside pretty quickly, right? I'd be looking at this next level at about $8, how these things come around pretty quickly, somewhere in this order block as probably the next real level to be buying into. So that's how I'd be looking at that. And you can tell as well, if we look at the VPVR as well, you can tell this is why, guys, I speak about low volume areas, right? Like, it's just there, like, hit it to the T, right? This is basically a void where basically there is no price being done here. That's why you get this massive sell-off and this buyers stepping in, at these key levels, which is still horizontal, support resistance. So that's why I see why we've managed to stall here. Now, what Luna does from here, we want to wait and find out. But this could mark out a low, okay? It could, okay? Just through the sheer significance of the drop. But because the asset class, the direction and the bias is to the downside, I would still be looking for lower price targets for Luna in the coming months and the coming year, okay? So no doubt about it, we're going to get some sort of bounce here, and the volatility is going to be extremely high. Yesterday when I was checking this, I actually caught this live, and there were swings of 28, 30% in the space of an hour or 15 minutes. It was absolutely nuts. So this sort of waterfall crash is something that is buyable, but you do have to, bear in mind that there might be further downside here, and that if we take out these lows, then we can be moving down to the next level, which from here might be like $20, $15, and like I said, $8. And even from here, a downside of the wick low from yesterday is a 25% drop. So you just want to be careful here, okay? But I think that, if we take a look as well at where Luna is, with Luna BTC, you can see that we went straight into this order block. So this is why we want to use confluence with lows. So we picked out the horizontal support resistance, okay, for Luna on the USD chart, and that basically lines up pretty well with this area as well. So potentially Luna BTC can grind down here, frustrate for a little while, and then move back to the upside. This is definitely a possibility that I want you to be aware of and looking out for, okay? We called this Luna crash you know, so that you could be prepared for it like really, really well, right? But from here, if we were to lose this level, okay, and this order block at about 0.00056 5600 sats, then, you know, I think that we definitely can move down to this level at about 4,000 Satoshis as another area to reclaim and retest. So maybe we move down here eventually, but we want to see basically how things play out. So if we start to see some sort of bear flags, you know, start to form, and what might that look like? It can just be something like this, which is basically we're looking for triangles. Okay, this is the Luna BTC chart, but this is the same would apply to the Luna USD chart. But any asymmetrical triangles typically break down and are basically pauses for continuation to the trend. Okay, and also if we basically get grinding moves like this that start to grind higher, take out a few highs, okay, and they do something like this, okay, that basically starts to form flags that we, you know, want to potentially look to move lower. But if we do start to form maybe lows like this, and then maybe come back up, take out lows, and then we basically start to form these kind of patterns in these bullish order blocks for Luna, okay, that we're just looking at over here, then maybe we can look to basically swing this back to the upside, okay? But, you know, key levels below us are going to remain at about 5,600 sats and 4,000 Satoshis. So let's see how we react from here. I think it's a little bit premature. You know, if BTC is able to hold 30k, then I think Luna might do okay. But, you know, if BTC falls down to 24k, then obviously expect some of those lower targets to be tested. Yeah, but, you know, I think that, you know, taking a stab here, given the nature of a 70% decline, is probably not a bad idea. You could even put your stop loss below today or below this low over here, because this is the last remaining order block that we've actually got for Luna. If you want this uptrend to continue, if you think that this uptrend is going to continue, then you need to be buying at some place around now, because essentially you want to be creating higher lows. If we start to take out, like I said, 23, then I would expect some of these levels down here to get retested. Okay, wouldn't be surprised in, like I said, basically continuation of the bear market that we're in. And if for some of you that thought that your coins were invincible and that Luna was only up, I hope today was a lesson for you. Now, if you like this video and you got some value out of it, go ahead and consider subscribing to the channel to keep up to date with these daily and weekly videos. You've been a treat today with 2 videos, but I thought as this was so big, I just wanted to make you aware of what I was seeing in the chart. So until the next video, I will catch you next time.